Good afternoon and welcome to Dulwich Hamlet for today's spring round robin game against QPR. My name's Hugo Greenhouse, I'm going to be your commentator today, and I've got Flo Lloyd-Hughes with me.
Afternoon, yeah, happy to be here, very excited to be here. Amazing weather for it. It's a little bit chilly where we are, sadly, but yeah, really looking forward to it, and it's great that we can get some grassroots women's football going up again after so much was cancelled across the season, and both sides haven't really played a lot this season, but I'm really excited to see them play.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely afternoon here at Dulwich. The sun is out and the pitch is looking great, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really good. And we have actually got one spectator, although I don't think the camera is going to pick him up, but there is a man hiding in the bushes over on the far right hand side. We think he's a fan. We haven't yet asked the steward to go and have a word, but actually I think the camera is trying to get a look on him at the moment. So yeah, he's going to see some great stuff this afternoon, I think.
Yeah, let's hope so. Do you think he's going to see many goals at that end?
I hope he does. And he's made the effort to get in the bushes, so I'm hope he's rewarded for it, really.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, it's a fantastic ground as well. Somewhere I haven't been in a very long time. I think I came to watch a men's game here maybe about 2-3 years ago, so it's been a while, a whole pandemic later, and here we are. But yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Welcome back. It's great to have you here. Thanks to everyone who's joining us today on the YouTube stream. This is a very exciting new prospect for us, the first Dulwich Hamlet women's game that we've ever streamed live with commentary. So thank you to everyone who's joined us today, be you QPR fans, Dulwich fans, or just fans of football in general. It's really great to have you with us.
Yeah, and we would be amiss to not say please like and subscribe to the Dulwich YouTube page, so you can get more fantastic content like this, and also I believe there is a donation link as well, which is really important to keep clubs like Dulwich going. Lots of people will be aware of what's happened to the National League and the Women's Football Pyramid over the last year. It's been extremely difficult for clubs up and down the country, and anything that you can give on that link is greatly appreciated. So if you're feeling generous, looking at you QPR fans, for a club that's in the Championship, if you can lend some support to Dulwich, that would be brilliant, and support another local team, because there's nothing we want more than to say no to the Super League and do that through your pockets, so please do that.
Thanks very much. Yeah, absolutely. Has been a tough year and a bit for clubs up and down the country. So yeah, hit the Just Giving link if you can, and yeah, it'd be great if you can help us out. It'd also be amiss of us not to mention some slight partisanship in the commentary box this afternoon. Flo, what's your connection with QPR?
Quite a big one, actually. So I'm a QPR fan, grew up in West London. I actually live in North London now, but grew up in Hammersmith and Chiswick, and been a season ticket holder at QPR men's side since I was probably about 7 years old, and yeah, about 20 years. And I also played for the girls team, and Steve Pozzi, who's now the manager of the women's team, was my coach from the age of about 13 to 16. So really great guy, and I'm really pleased to see that he's head coach of the women's team now, because he's been at the club for ages, and yeah, really deserves that chance to take a really ambitious club. I think there's a bit of history there, which I'm sure we'll mention during the stream, in terms of like the journey that QPR women have been on. They're on a bit of a new setup now, but they are really ambitious, and I think that's what's so great about today's game. It's two really ambitious clubs coming together, two clubs really pushing for promotion out of their divisions, and it's really exciting because I think that deserves to be rewarded. Really, punching above their weight. I don't mean that in a kind of patronising way, but in terms of the content that they have, the notes that you guys sent me before this game, it's massive, and it's so hard actually as a journalist working in football to find any information about players really at the best of times, and that's even in the sort of top two divisions. So to have you guys work so hard to be able to do that is really impressive. So I'm just really excited today. I mean, it's kind of a weird one, isn't it? This knockout round robin tournament that they're doing. Can you explain a little bit about that, Hugo, for the context of why they're here?
I will do my best. So this is the spring round robin tournament. Some teams in the league, the London South Eastern Regional League, have signed up to join this round robin competition. We've got 6 of them in there. Dulwich, QPR, Ashford Town, Dartford, Eastbourne, and Saltdean United. Those are the 6 teams that have gone into the spring round robin, and this is Dulwich's first game in the tournament. Last weekend, of course, we beat Fulham 2-1 in the Capital Cup quarter-final. QPR also won their quarter-final 6-1. And these 2 teams will face each other next weekend in the semi-final of that competition. So a little bit of a warm-up for the Capital Cup semi that's coming up.
And they've become good rivals, haven't they, QPR and Dulwich?
Yeah, absolutely. And this dates back to the days when Dulwich was still competing as AFC Phoenix, the previous iteration of the club. And they actually claimed the first win against QPR in the league here at Champion Hill in 2019. Very emotional day. It was the memorial game for our manager Farouk Munir, who passed away very sadly. But Dulwich won 2-0 that day. It was a really powerful performance. One of the best displays I've ever seen from this team. And hoping for something similar today, to be honest.
Yeah, and like you said, they've got each other in the cup next week, so it is a really growing rivalry. One team might be moving out the division, given news this week about the opening of the application process for clubs in tiers 3 to 6 of the Women's Football Pyramid to be able to try and get promoted. There's only one team getting that chance, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the spot. So sadly, it might be the end of the rivalry in the league, but I'm sure there'll be cup competitions like in the future that they'll meet again for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, a really budding rivalry, and it's nice to see the women's game doing so well at this level. Dulwich in the iconic pink and blue, just getting warmed up there with the final team huddle.
I think we're still waiting on our match officials by the looks of things. I don't know if they've turned up.
They will keep us waiting, won't they?
Traffic in South London must be bad today, because maybe it's going to be a game that they have to ref themselves, I think, this afternoon. I haven't seen any turn up, so... Yeah,
we don't quite know what the precedent is for the spring round robin yet. Yeah. So we'll take you through today's lineups. Dulwich make 5 changes from the team that beat Fulham last weekend. So, got Mia North in goal. She's on loan from West Ham. Then at right back, Liz Barkley. Centre backs, Solon Hickman, Sarah Walters, and at left back, Maddie Parsonson, making her debut today for Dulwich. In the midfield, Britt Saylor, their captain. Daniela Tyson, making her first start for the club. Rosie Stone in the midfield as well. And then likely to be a front 3, Sarah Milner, Sass Philp, and Lucy Monkman. So, as I say, 5 changes today. Sarah Walters coming in for Harriet Crofts. Maddie Parsonson replaces Havana McKelveen. Daniela Tyson replaces Ella Wells Bonner, who, it's a shame we don't have her with us today because she scored 2 goals in the last 2 appearances against QPR. Lucy Monkman replaces Jordan Williamson, and Sarah Milner comes in for the injured Sophie Manzi.
Still no match officials.
Still no match officials. It's slightly worrying.
Maybe we'll have to do a stand-up routine, Hugo, if we're going to be waiting this long for the game to kick off.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was hoping to save that for the second half, but...
Do you want to run us through the QPR lineup?
Yeah, let's have a look at the QPR lineup today. So we've got Lucy White in goal, then number 2, Ellen Wardlaw, number 3, Ellie Searle, 4, Ailish Carolan, captain Vicky Grieve, number 6, Merle Redhead Ling, number 7, Kasia Petit, 8, Natalie Skiverton, number 9, Tiffany Skinner, Number 10, Sue Kumaning. Number 11, Melanie Hall.
And we have some match officials.
We do have some match officials. It's good to see them out there.
Yeah.
We've got a linesman as well, so.
We've got 2. Even better. There's no football without rest. So.
That's what they say, isn't it?
So we're glad to see them here. And there's no football without fans, but sadly the fans aren't here today. But they will be back soon.
Yeah.
Well, we have got our man in the bushes. So there's no football without your man in the bushes.
If you're just joining us, good afternoon here from a lovely sunny Champion Hill. Dulwich Hamlet against QPR.
Rowdy QPR bench as well might be getting
Yeah, absolutely.
sound effects.
A little bit close for comfort up here. 2 teams just doing the toss out there.
QPR doing a little pre-match huddle as well. It's difficult as well, these teams who haven't really played a lot or trained really. I mean, they've been back training for maybe a month now or so. It's really, really difficult to then be thrown straight into games again. So I'm sure there's some fairly creaky bodies as well, maybe feeling it a little bit. I'm only back playing grassroots football for the last couple of weeks and I'm certainly feeling it a little bit. My calves have never been so tight.
Yeah, likewise. It's a Sunday off for me this weekend, but means I get to be here in the commentary box. And Saskia Philp is going to kick us off here. Dulwich kicking from left to right in the iconic pink and blue kit. Here we go. Walters there. Plays it to Hickman. Mia North gets her first touch of the game. Her first touch at Champion Hill. Monkman will just chase that out. It's going to be interesting to see sort of how intense this game is today. Like we say, you know, it's perhaps a slightly friendlier air about the spring round robin compared to the cup game next weekend.
Yeah, it's got a friendly name, the spring round robin. It's
Yeah.
a theory name for the tournament. So I wonder, and also maybe with that cup game in mind, you know, a lot of priority will be placed on that rather than this, I would imagine.
Perhaps an opportunity as well for a few players to stake their claim in that starting 11 for next weekend, so not one to take lightly.
And like you said, a few of key players for Dulwich out today, so I'm sure we might see them hopefully back next week.
Yeah, it's exciting to see Daniela Tyson getting her first start for the club. She replaces Ella Wales-Bonner in the midfield, wearing the number 10 shirt today. It's her first start for the club. And she joined us from Exeter City. So, first taste of a possible QPR attack then, but it's out for a throw, which Liz Barkley will take. No one back to Berkeley there. Let's just happy to play it across the back there.
Yeah, nice play, smart play from Dulwich there. They knew they had the time and space as well. Trying to find some space in behind, but QPR win the ball back quite easily in the end.
So it's another debut today actually for left back Maddie Parsonson, who's dual registered with AFC Wimbledon under 21s. She has played a little bit of first team football for AFC Wimbledon, but an opportunity for her today really to impress the manager. Milner goes in there, unable to win the ball back. So with a bit of a marauding run here, plays it through the lines, but She can't find Hall in the attack, and North will claim it.
Yeah, there's that space that opened up there for QPR, one for Dulwich to be aware of. It's a big pitch as well, so there's plenty of room to work with.
Stone just couldn't quite pick it up there.
So far, QPR back line has been really good at cutting out any Dulwich attacks. Perhaps they're just being a little bit sloppy in possession when they do win it back. Dulwich slowly kind of moving up the pitch, getting into that territory. But every single time, QPR have done well to cut out.
Miller will chase that one down. Trying to put pressure on the back line there. QPR happy just to clear it there.
Pushing a little bit more, that's another sort of 10 yards they gained in the process.
Grieve just ushes it out there, and it'll be a QPR goal kick.
Yeah, neither side's really had enough of a kind of flow to the game yet. It's been a bit stop-start for both teams.
Definitely almost sort of feeling each other out in these early stages.
Yeah, and it's difficult when you haven't played a lot of football. Few players chopping changing the formation, and that awareness is lost a little bit, that understanding. And positioning wise as well, you fall out of position a little bit.
Stone picking up there in the centre circle, knocks it back to Barkley. North giving Hickman the option there to play back to keeper.
And I think Dulwich certainly do want to get the ball down and play a lot, but it's tricky when you're trying to find the space and QPR are doing well to cut it out.
Slightly under hit pass there by Hickman, and QPR will look to make something of this. Foul on Milner there by Skinner.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was a tad harsh from the referee there. I think it was more body to body than anything. I think Skinner was showing her strength, pushing Dulwich off the ball, and that was a really good opportunity for QPR to make the most of a mistake from Hickman. I'll say uncharacteristic from Salon there. I know she specifically asked me not to dig her out, so for the record, let the record show that was a one-off mistake from her. But yeah, Dulwich are doing well. They are getting the ball down and trying to play possession and be a bit more direct rather than losing it and turning it over so quickly.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start from both teams, but perhaps starting to pick up in the last few minutes. Good interception there by Walters, who finds Monkman on the left wing. What Monkman do here? Oh, she couldn't quite find Philp in the middle there. Decent little opportunity there though for Dulwich.
Yeah, first real opportunity of the game really for either side. Monkman was in really good space and the pass was just a little bit too short. I think her teammate was just a little bit behind the ball, and then by the time she got there it was already over really, that opportunity. But QPR defending really well. No one's really found any space in behind. That back four are holding their line really well as well. The shape is good, and they've had clearly, I think, opportunities to work out how they wanted to play today, and maybe that's an advantage that they'll have over Dulwich a little bit.
Definitely, yeah, and I thought Walters did well there to win it slightly further up the pitch, because that's what really started that attack. The former Cheltenham Town captain, she's also a qualified referee, so perhaps it would have been alright if the officials hadn't turned up.
Maybe she could have stepped in, saved the day.
It's another one of those balls over the top from Searle there. Can't quite find one of her teammates, but she's been quite a good outlet, hasn't she, from the left back position, Searle?
Yeah, it does seem like QPR want to play through her a lot, and I think that's a good opportunity. She looks like she's got a good delivery on her. Skinner going down again on that. That's the second free kick she's won in similar-ish position going down on the ball. This time it was Hickman that fouled her. I think again a little bit maybe generous from the referee there on that, but it's a good opportunity for QPR if they can get a decent ball into the box, and it's the first real test for Meaton North as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Dulwich going to have to watch out here. It's one body in the wall. Sarah Milner will stand it up. And it's gone straight off Milner for a corner. First corner of the game.
Yeah, couldn't beat the first man, that delivery. Not the best really. I'm sure she'll be disappointed with that one, but it looks like Searle will take this corner. So we'll see if she can put a dangerous ball into the box.
Yeah, she's going to whip this in with her left. Monkman will clear to the halfway line. Dulwich pushing up here. Skinner with the turn and shot there. First shot on target of the game really. And North will collect comfortably. Rolls out to Hickman.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity for Skinner. She's been getting in some good positions. She's won those 2 free kicks as well, so she's done well. And I think she just fancied herself a little bit from range. But, I mean, why not? No one's really taken the game on yet. And it was interesting, I think Dulwich were apprehensive to push up and press once that corner had been cleared. That was quite a good opportunity to charge down. QPR only had one defender, but they sat off a bit and they let QPR get straight back and have another opportunity. I think they just need to be, you know, put a bit more pressure on QPR and not sit back too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Hickman just trying to force something there, but it's gone out for a throw.
Really good touch there from her teammates as well on the subs bench. Definitely enjoyed that. It was a great touch.
Parsonson being forced to work here a little bit. Petty putting under a bit of pressure. She's a real club stalwart, isn't she, Petty? She's been around a while.
Yeah, QPR have a really good girls programme, and they're trying to really create a bit of a pathway through, because I think there had been a lot of girls who were sort of getting to 16, 18 and dropping off, and I think they really want to try and create that pathway, as well as having girls, you know, leave the club and progress on to WSL as well, which they have done, some of the junior ranks. I mean, I was chatting to you earlier about Chloe Kelly, who was, you know, playing very young football at QPR as well.
Philp looking to do something here. Under pressure there from Skiverton, and it's gone out for a Dulwich throw. There's an opportunity there for Tyson with a little bit of space. First time she's really got on the ball. Expecting quite a lot of creativity from her today. She's got a number 10 on her shirt, and that is her role. She comes as a sort of centre attacking midfield. Really highly rated as a youngster at Exeter. Oh, and here she is on the ball now, Tyson. It's fallen to Philp. Stone will collect on the left side. Whips one in. Can Milner get on it? No, not quite. And it's gone out for a Dulwich corner.
Yeah, nearly a mix-up there between Lucy White in goal and one of her defenders. There was just a bit of hesitancy. I think it was Searle who we were talking about earlier. White sort of came out and she was in no man's land a little bit there. She could have been in trouble, but then Searle managed to clean up, head it out for a corner.
Well, what we saw there is Stone's capable of putting a really good ball into the box. Really good part of her arsenal, and she's going to take the corner here for Dulwich. Dulwich can be pretty handy from a corner, so let's see if this can be an opportunity. Stone whips it in. Oh, and Tyson can't quite get on in this. Oh, Philp shoots. Forster Walters. Parsonson will try and pick this up. QPR can break here.
Well done.
Great defending from Dulwich there. And they've won the ball back in a really good position.
Stone looks inside to Saylor. Turning out. Dulwich can just calm it down here. There might be something on here. Muttman tries to find Parsonson on the left, overlapping fullback position.
Parsonson fantastic defending from her in the middle to win the ball back, and then she's flying down the left-hand side as well, working so hard in this opening 15 minutes or so that we've had. She's definitely been the standout player so far, as well as Hall and Searle on this left-hand side. Brilliant turn there from Searle as well.
Yeah, it's sort of been a battle of the left backs, hasn't it, from opposite sides of the pitch.
I think both sides now are finding a bit of rhythm as well. I think it was quite a choppy first 10 minutes or so. A lot of breaking up of play, not much flow to the game, but I think both sides are now bringing the ball down a little bit, wanting to play. Certainly Dulwich do want to build from the back. They're not kicking it long at all. And QPR are really trying to pick them off in the midfield, and it's worked pretty well so far, but we haven't had a lot of chances yet, and I think that's the real difference. Is a lot, better play, better possession, better flow to the game, but someone really needs to sort of take the game on and want to have a shot.
Lovely little turn there from Saylor, who finds Monkman. Monkman looking inside. Oh, just trying to find Philp in the middle there, and she can't quite pick up the pass, but.
Yeah, Redhead Ling there for QPR has been in really good position all game. Really reading the game really well to pick out any of those through balls that Dulwich might want to play in. And I do think QPR's positioning has been really good so far.
It's a bit of a half-baked clearance there. Monkman will chase down the left. Wins a throw-in the far left-hand corner. Could be something on here for Dulwich. Parsonson will take the throw-in.
Yeah, now we're about to see the long throw that she has. Huge throw that she might launch. It's not bad.
Yeah, finds Philp inside the box. Plays it back to Parsonson, who whips one in. Oh, and it's palmed away by White. Decent effort there from Parsonson.
That was a really good effort. And I think that's the thing. There's a big opportunity in this. I think someone just needs to really take it on. And you see the first real troubling shot of the game, hit with a bit of power and a bit of movement, and you force a save out of the goalie. So I think there needs to be more of that. There's a bit of hesitancy from both sides.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit rushed in the final third.
Yeah, and even though it is a big pitch and there's room to play, I think both teams have done well of really shortening the space and not giving their teammates really a lot of options either. They've kind of been stuck in certain parts of the pitch.
It's back with Parsonson's now on the left-hand side. Whips one in towards Milner, who can't quite control it. Barkley closing down the fence there. And a good block from Milner there to see it out for a throw.
Yeah, just some words from the QPR bench there. QPR last 5 minutes or so haven't really been able to get out of their own half, and this has been a good period for Dulwich, and they'll certainly want to try and get something from the dominance they've shown and that good effort we just saw as well.
Advantage there from the ref. I think there was a foul there from Philp on the centre back, and it will go back for a QPR free kick. Yeah, as you were saying, Dulwich almost in the ascendancy there for the last 5 minutes. They've put some quite nice spells of play together.
Yeah, QPR with a free kick now. They've got options up top. I think Tiff Skinner's been really impressive so far. She's just played smart as well with those 2 free kicks that she's won with that opportunity. I think they'll want to get it into her and just let her have a go, and that's exactly what they've done. The ball runs onto her as well.
Barkley clears there. Yeah, hint appeals for handball there on Hickman. Referee says no. I think that's fair.
Yeah, it might have been a tad harsh, I think.
Yeah, it was down by her side. So we'll throw it in here.
Great touch by Skinner.
Again, yeah. Plays it back to Searle, who whips one in. And Mia North will claim safely.
Yeah, that was good from Mia North. She came out, she didn't hesitate, and compared to what we saw earlier from White, she wanted to claim it, she came straight out. I always do find as well sometimes goalies that wear glasses, brave.
Absolutely. Well, so bravery was one of the things she talked about in her first interview with the club. She's joined us on loan for the season from West Ham, part of their academy programme, playing with the under-21s. She says here she really wants to come here for a first taste of senior football, and games like today is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's great to see that opportunity for her as well. to be able to get a shot to go down the pyramid a little bit, but play, with people much older than her. It's a very different atmosphere, I can imagine. But yeah, it's great to see her, and I've been really impressed with what I've seen so far from her.
Yeah, her and Daniela Tyson are actually roommates. They study at the University of East London together, and yeah, hoping to see a little bit of that link-up play today, perhaps launching it long. What's the WSL setup like at West Ham?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. They've invested a lot of money into it. Obviously, David Sullivan's son is kind of behind it all, and he's very young still. And they're not in the best position at the moment. They're right in the middle of a relegation battle in the WSL, and it's frustrating, I think, because you do want to see clubs that are investing rewarded a little bit. And I do fear that if they were to get relegated, they might just give up on that project, and I hope not. At the moment, it looks like Bristol City probably will be the club that go down, but West Ham aren't out of it yet, so it'll be interesting to see how they do react to that next season.
So Searle's going to take this corner from the far right hand side, flicked on there. Ooh. Some sort of overhead kick attempted there.
Yeah,
by QPR.
On for the live stream highlight reel, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time highlights. That was really spectacular.
Yeah, it's cleared by Tyson there, and Milner does well to win the throw-in. Milner plays it back to Stone. Knocks it back to the defence to Walters. What can Parsonson do here on the left-hand side? Looking for Saylor, knocking it long. Can she get there? Not quite. It's gone out in the far left-hand corner.
The intensity's dropped a little bit. I mean, I can imagine it is quite hot in the sun as well. I think both teams feeling it a little bit.
As you say, it is a big pitch out there at Champion Hill.
Yeah, there's a lot of space to work with, but I almost think it takes a while to get to grips with that space, to work out the weight of your pass. It does take a long time to manage that, and I think even though Dulwich have the right idea with the gaps they're trying to find, they haven't just quite got exactly the pass they want.
Decent little chance for Philp there. She tried to turn inside and then just lost control of it. The ball ran away from her, but just needs one chance, Philp. She is the club's all-time top goal scorer. 11 goals in 22 appearances now for Dulwich Hamlet women. Playing in that role up top. She also acts as a winger. Oh, and that's a decent pass by Walters to find Parsonson on the right-hand side, left-hand side over there.
Yeah, that was a good move, and I think Dulwich will just want to bring Parsonson into the game really wherever they can at any opportunity, and she is really their main outlet at the moment. And judging by the goals that I've seen Lucy Monkman score on Dulwich's Twitter feed, the highlight reel, I think if they can get an opportunity where she can just slip in behind that QPR back line, she's on really. All you've got to do is release her, and there's a pretty decent chance she's going to finish it.
Yeah, she does have an eye for the spectacular. There was a brilliant goal she scored a couple of seasons ago here at Champion Hill against Haringey in the Cup. Chip from the edge of the box. One of the best goals I've ever seen at this ground. She wears number 14 today. In tribute to her favourite player, Thierry Henry.
I'm sure he would have been impressed with that goal that she scored.
Yeah, absolutely. Linesman's taking quite an interesting position here on the pitch, I've noticed. He's good foot.
Unorthodox.
Yeah.
Really trying to get involved in the action.
And who can blame him?
QPR doing opposite of Dulwich really, opting to kick it long really at any opportunity. But it was interesting just listening to the players on the QPR bench saying that Skinner up top, number 9, really wants the ball to feet really, and any opportunity they need to get it down and play a little bit more.
Milner did really well there, picking up the crossfield pass. He's actually taking a little knock here, but wins the foul just in an attempt to play it back there. And Dulwich will have a free kick now inside the QPR half. Milner will just run that one off. She is a physio, that is her day job, so
she knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing, but a great asset to the team to have someone of her expertise in the ranks. Stone whipping this one in now. And she can't quite get it into the box.
Yeah, just a bit flat that one. A really good opportunity. QPR, they want to try and break. Great touch there from side.
Barkley there just using her experience at right back to stop that QPR attack. She joined us pretty recently from AFC Wimbledon, and before that playing at Whiteleaf in Crystal Palace, part of the Crystal Palace team that went a season unbeaten a few years ago. So
into QPR to run onto. Skinner kind of missed that one, but it's been picked up by Petit.
Petit just turning on the edge of the box there, trying to see if she can find a ball to get in.
Ref got in the way a little bit, I think. Hall saw that late and it ended up going straight into her face. That was a really good chance for QPR. I think Searle put the ball in, a fullback who's really stood out today, and then Skinner kind of dummied it, and it was Petit who got the run and then just couldn't quite get the opportunity to have a shot, but that was a really good chance for QPR.
Yeah, Searle causing problems for Dulwich again down that left-hand channel.
Offside again, another good chance.
Yeah, Skiverton was through there, but it was offside. Bit of a let-off there for Dulwich.
We are seeing a bit more space opening up though, I think, as both teams try and push a little bit harder. Those opportunities will come.
Get across them!
Waters in the centre-back position. Dulwich just knocking it about at the moment, just looking for that key pass really to break the lines.
Yeah, and QPR really happy to sit back, which I think is frustrating really.
Milner trying to feed Barkley there on the overlap. White collects.
Yeah, QPR giving Dulwich plenty of time on the ball. Really good run from Searle.
North meets it and clears. That was a great pass by Searle. Through ball through the middle, but North was wise to it, came out and met it.
Yeah, she was took off the line there. That was really impressive. You've got to be quick. Petit was going to be onto that, and it was going to be a really good chance. But she saw it early, came straight out and cleared it. Really good goalkeeping. I just don't know why QPR are really just sitting back and giving Dulwich so much time and space to move the ball 15-20 yards completely unopposed, and then by that point, they're giving Dulwich a really good opportunity to have an attack. I'm just surprised that they're sitting back so much.
Milner picks up White's goal kick and it's gone back to Barkley. Turns inside to Saylor.
Skinner pressing a little bit more, trying to put a bit more pressure on. I mean, on a pitch like this, it's an exhausting thing to do, so I don't blame them. But
nice ball over the top there from Hickman. Stone will try and chase that down, putting pressure on Searle, who knocks it back to White. White clears. Nice little touch inside there by Milner. Stone on the edge of the box, squares it to Tyson. Saylor takes a turn inside, tries to find Parsonson on the overlap but can't do. And QPR clear.
Yeah, that's a shame. That was a good opportunity. I actually think really there was a shot on there, and there was a bit of hesitation from Philip, and I think she just should have pulled the trigger really and gone for it. And by the time you've switched the play, QPR have got themselves sorted, and they're happily lined up to try and defend whatever ball you're going to put in.
Here's Philip on the left wing. She wins a corner. Stone will go over to the far side to take this one. Oh, it's a short one. Milkman plays it back to Stone, who whips one in to the far post. Can Philip get on that? No.
Dulwich have dominated these last 5 minutes or so. They've looked really good. I mean, I think they've realised that there's room to play. QPR are sitting off them pretty much until they get over the halfway line, so they can take the game on.
Good win there by Tyson in the midfield. Saylor a little bit surprised there to win the free kick. I think she thought it had gone against her, but it's another free kick in quite a promising position here for Dulwich. If someone could whip one in, looks like Milner's going to take this one for a change.
I think Kumaning was a little bit bemused as well about that one, but it's a really good opportunity for Dulwich to try and put a good ball in. Milner having a chat with her teammate about who's going to take this one.
Yeah, Milner stood off it now, and Tyson standing over it. Whips one in. Oh, a lovely whip on that. No one can meet it. It's a bit more like it. I think Dulwich needs to be getting those balls into the box, getting someone on the end of it.
Yeah, that was a good ball actually. Just a little bit too long, but it just nearly dropped perfectly for Monkman. You could completely see where that was the idea that she had, and it could have been perfect. Monkman timed her run well as well. Slightly too hard.
Tyson picks it up, little cut inside. And QPR win the foul. Searle takes it quickly. Barkley intercepts.
Good refereeing there as well actually. I think, to be fair to him, he explained it's the same sort of foul.
Oh, it's just broken the line here. Milner can chase. Trickles out.
Yeah, Dulwich need to try and make the most of the dominance they've had in this last 10 minutes or so. Really they've been parked in QPR's half for this part of the game, and they really need to try and make the most of it.
Philp couldn't quite turn there. She wants a foul, not going to get one.
Loads of space in front of her there again. QPR just sitting off.
It's interesting here, when Dulwich are on the ball, we've got Stone moving out to this right hand side midfield position. Dulwich want a handball there, not going to get it. Yeah, and you've got Barkley just sort of pushing up to support Milner on that right hand flank. It's really two differing styles here. When QPR in possession, Dulwich willing to press, win that ball back, fight for it. QPR preferring to sort of sit off when Dulwich have the ball.
Yeah, and I think they're getting trapped as well, because when they do win possession, Skinner, who's been such a promising outlet, she's so isolated, and here she is. The ball runs out of play, and I think it's not the. I mean, I haven't watched them in the games that they played all season, so obviously it's hard to comment without having done so, but I do think Skinner is looking so isolated, and there aren't a lot of opportunities to bring her teammates into the game. I mean, if she can win the ball back there, QPR have done.
Skiverton feeds it to Pettit. Oh, and it's a brilliant save from North. Going low to block the shot from Pettit. Oh, and a foul there from Hickman on Skinner there on the edge of the box. Careless pace to give away a foul.
I think it was a bit of both there, really. I think Skinner was smart with that. and I think Hickman, perhaps tactical, she knew that she didn't bring Skinner down, she was through on goal, so a little bit of both, but she did what she needed to do to win that foul.
Yeah, absolutely, and QPR have a free kick here in a promising place.
But that was a really good chance just a few moments earlier. Petit through on goal, really good save with a left knee from North, really good. She's been so switched on, really impressed with her so far.
So is this Searle standing over this one as well? On set piece duty here for QPR.
There's a 4-man wall as well.
Oh, it's just over the bar and up against the bulb hoardings. Our sponsors of the stream today.
Do you call it the bulb stand, or?
So we know that as the car wash end, but I think Bulb would have a reasonable claim that that's their end as well.
Is the car wash on today? Do we know? No, no car wash. So please do not bring your cars down to Champion Hill. They will not be getting washed.
Well, didn't you try and come through that entrance?
I did, yeah. And there were no signs of anyone washing cars.
No, all bikes.
I could do with a car wash though. My car is extremely dirty.
Oh, Petty just putting pressure there on Parsonson, and QPR have tried to craft something.
Yeah, it is interesting how most of QPR's play has been dominated on this near side, their left-hand side, and I think there's a really good opportunity on the right-hand side with Petit. I think she's certainly quick and finding opportunities and spaces, and most of Dulwich's play has been on their left-hand side, on that far side. So
yeah, absolutely. Well,
fullbacks really being stars of the show.
Kumaning just trying to find one over the top. Barkley will shepherd it back to North, and North will play it out to Waters. Well, North saying as she signs for Dulwich on this season, long known that she wants to get a taste of senior football, experience the women's game. She's been playing mostly at under 21 and at youth level so far, and really that's what it's all about. Big save there against the experienced Petit.
Yeah, that was really good, and I think her awareness as well, and I think what's so impressive about her is she's not afraid to play with the ball at her feet. I think that's really rare for a goalkeeper in football, so to be so comfortable receiving the ball, playing it out, I think it's really impressive, and I think she's got a really good career ahead of her.
Yeah, very exciting, and it's exciting that Dulwich Hamlet can play a part in the development of a player at a WSL club. Stone taking the corner now for Dulwich. Oh, I think Milner got the flick on there, and Philp tried to get on the end of it. White's ended up in the back of her net.
I think Hall cleared it off the line in the end, kind of with a head/face, and she's put a brilliant ball into Searle, who finds herself on the right-hand side of the pitch this time.
Yeah, playing it side to Skiverton, who tries to find Skinner. Decent break there from QPR from the Dulwich corner. Dulwich with a little bit of space and urgency here now. Monkman's breaking down the left. Oh, and she can't quite pick out the pass. Oh, Philp was off there.
Yeah, that goalmouth scramble in a way, just a few moments ago, that was a really good opportunity.
Yeah, a bit of spark to the game all of a sudden. Closing minutes of this first half. There's been a few sort of ebbs and flows over the half so far. Dulwich certainly bringing the game to QPR at points. But QPR probably with the best chance of the game, that Petit chance that was saved by North.
Yeah, and I think that chance really was by far Dulwich's best opportunity as well. Hall doing really well to get in the way of that, because if she wasn't there it would have definitely been over the line in the back of the net. So yeah, smart play from her. And both sides have been really impressive given how little football they've played really in the last year and a bit, because see, this is now back-to-back seasons that have been ended for grassroots women's football and the non-elite women's football, and they've done really well to be able to show so much sharpness.
Parsonson with the free kick. Oh, Milner's got on the end of it. And she just played it wide.
And she knows what an opportunity that was. She can't really believe it. I think she saw it a bit late as well because she kind of slipped in completely unmarked. I don't think the QPR players had really seen her. She'd done really well slipping behind, and then the ball fell to her feet and she was kind of surprised, I think, and then just couldn't get it on target. That was a really good opportunity.
Yeah, Milner, of course, the top goal scorer in Dulwich's first season at Champion Hill here, 2019-20. Her movement's brilliant. She's very agile behind the lines, and it would have been a very characteristic goal of hers to score there in the 6-yard box.
And actually, thanks to my brother, shout out Theo Hughes on the stream, who has just texted me to saying actually QPR women won the FA Cup at Champion Hill in 1976, I believe. So, sign of venue of happy memories for the club.
Oh yeah, there you go.
76-77 season, he said. So, I mean, slightly different setup now. That QPR that was has now sort of moved on, or there's been different iterations of the club. I think the QPR that are now Hounslow FC were Wembley, some team in Wembley anyway in the early 2000s. So I don't know what iteration of QPR women it was in the 70s, but certainly, successful place. And the QPR that are now Hounslow Women FC did also spend some time in the previous iteration of the women's top tier before it was WSL. Just one season I think they were in there, so they've got some good history.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's good to see it now under the same name and structure as the men's team. I think it's really impressive how much support they give to their women's team. Just researching these notes, really great profiles on some of the players, player interviews. It's really the sort of gold standard that more clubs should be trying to emulate.
Yeah, and we've seen as well a lot of teams, as women's football has grown, a lot of men's clubs bringing in their women's side and linking them up with their foundations, which I think is a really good model to work with. So I believe Charlton do it that way, QPR do it that way. Lots of sides kind of run their women's teams by the foundation, and it does work quite well. And we've also seen similar sort of break-offs. London City Lionesses are in the Championship. They used to be Millwall Lionesses, so we do see it time to time. It's quite hard to keep up sometimes with all the movements and all the teams sort of breaking away and reforming. Obviously, AFC Phoenix then becoming Dulwich. So
yeah, definitely. Perhaps we've got some fans of the WSL who are joining us who might not know too much about Dulwich's own history. In 2019, South London side called AFC Phoenix became part of the club, and now we have Dulwich Hamlet Women's as we are today. This, I suppose, is the third season, 21-22, kicking off with the spring round robin tournament. It's a smaller one-off tournament that they're using to kind of get player fitness back, a bit of competitive action. Milner playing it inside there to Tyson.
It's that final third where things get a little bit scrappy, I think, and a few fouls we've seen in that area as well. And I think Milner's kind of feeling the burn from that last knock that she had. But it's those moments of quality there because QPR are sitting back. They've got so many players. As soon as Dulwich enter that final third, and they just get swarmed completely, whereas when the QPR have possession, they're playing it out, and Skinner and Petit actually have quite a lot of room to work with. So, like you said earlier, really different approaches and different styles, and both teams kind of trying to play to their advantage. But it is tricky because once you get into that final third, there's not a lot of room to work with, not a lot of space, despite it being a big pitch. So I think Dulwich are going to get their best opportunities when they can try and find the gaps, as QPR perhaps push a little bit more to try and find the opener. A bit of space will open up because they've been really tight at their defending, really good defending so far.
Milner's just off the pitch here. She's been in the wars a little bit. Referee allows her to come back on now. I think took a knock in the face there and a slight nosebleed, but she seems to be alright. Wonder if Dempsey will be keen to ring a few changes at half time. But they've done well out there. I think it's been quite a close game. Two sides getting a feel for each other.
So QPR have a pretty big bench as well, so I'm sure they'll be calling on them fairly soon, perhaps at half time as well. We'll be seeing quite a few subs from their side.
Berkeley with a bit of urgency here now. Feeds it down the line. Phillips onside here. Cuts inside.
Nicely done.
Takes a touch and shoots. Oh, and it's just wide. Good opportunity there for Philp. She was onside. QPR bench saying otherwise.
Yeah, I think she'll be gutted with that. She did really, really well to get herself in that position, and that final shot was frustrating because she was in a really, really good position and just kind of scuffed it a little bit really. Didn't get much power on it either. Really, really good chance for Dulwich.
And that White didn't get a lot on that goal kick, and it fell to Saylor, who played it to Stone. I think Dulwich almost didn't quite know what to do with it there.
Good touch again from Searle.
I've been really impressed by a lot of aspects of Searle's game here.
Yeah, I think she's moved further up the pitch as well. I think Hall's dropped down into left back position, and Searle's now playing in left midfield. I think they've switched a little bit because I think Searle's just advancing so far forward. She's obviously really good on the ball that they need that outlet.
There's a real rigidity to that back line of QPR's.
Yeah, they've been really impressive. Really impressive. Really, the only momentary lapse was when Dulwich had that opportunity and they slipped in behind. Apart from that, they've been really switched on.
Nice little turn inside there by Saylor, but she can't find Philp. It's a little bit too much on these final passes.
Yeah, and I do think I think they'll find the weight a little bit better in the second half. I think they're still almost working through that, and those opportunities like Philp had earlier. I mean, those kind of things, you get that with the more you play. She's only just coming back into the season, so.
Definitely, and 0-0 here at Champion Hill at half time. An entertaining half, chances at both ends. But I think mostly a case of the two sides kind of figuring each other out, trying to figure what it's going to take to break down the opposition. But I think Dempsey will be happy that it's still 0-0. Kasha Petty with the biggest chance for QPR, brilliantly saved by Mia North on her home debut for the club. I think so, yeah. We're going to take a quick break now, but thank you for joining us. Sounds like there's been over 100 streaming on the YouTube channel, which is fantastic to see. Really great to see people engaging with grassroots women's football. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so grab yourself a cuppa, maybe a Sunday drink or something, and feel free to leave a comment in the chat, like and subscribe. Flo and I will be back in about 10 minutes.